Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing, continuing with cloudy conditions and some low clouds around the area as we had that backdoor front push through the area during the overnight time frame, bringing in some breezy onshore flow as well as some cooler temperatures, much more comfortable than what we saw the last few days. We are seeing a few showers popping up around the region. We'll keep an eye on, but overall it should stay mainly dry as we move through the day today with those cooler temperatures continuing. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, that boundary is setting up just to our south and west and expecting that to stick around through the day today. So it's going to keep that onshore flow, cooler temperatures, and those low clouds likely sticking around the area as we move through our working hours today. Tomorrow we'll see that front, as we go through the overnight, early morning hours tomorrow, we'll see that front lifting northward, return of southerly flow and some return of those hot and humid conditions. Not quite as bad as what we saw the last couple of days, but back to those conditions nonetheless. Take a look at our upper-level winds from this morning sounding. Northeasterly winds near the surface at 20 knots is the strongest wind through the column, generally becoming westerly to slightly southwesterly at times as we move up through the remainder of the column and staying below 15 knots through that, seeing our freezing level at 14,600 feet. We'll look at the local radar here. We can see had some showers popping up well to our north. Starting to see the activity moving eastward very slowly as the steering flow is very weak this morning with those weak upper-level winds and seeing generally weakening trends after they peak at their intensity. Just keep an eye on the shower off to the west-southwest. Should pass to our south, but likely seeing its peak intensity right now and probably see that rain out and weaken as we move over the next hour or so. Looking at the current visible satellite and composite radar here, similar radar picture with that shower activity otherwise socked in those cloud covers or those low clouds over the area and expecting that to continue as we move through the day today. We'll see those ceilings rise slightly, but generally cloudy weather as we move through our day. Look at the European model here. We'll see picking up pretty well on some shower activity to our north and a few light showers off to the southwest. As we track through the morning and through the day today, we see kind of a generally weakening trend, eastward trend of that activity to our north, and a weakening trend of that activity that's off to our southwest. That's generally what we're expecting today. Could see a very slight chance of a shower as we get into the afternoon and first part of the evening. As you can see, indicating some light precip values here, but overall generally dry weather as we move through the day today, staying cloudy and moving overnight. We'll see those clouds start to break up with those winds shifting out of the south and some milder temperatures moving back in. If we zoom out and look at the longer term forecast here, we'll see pretty much expecting daily chances of precip as we move over the next few days with that hot and humid weather. Always have that chance of a pop-up shower during the afternoon. Saturday does look mainly dry through the daytime hours. We will have a weak boundary pushing through the area later into the overnight hours. That's going to bring a chance of a shower or storm, and then that should move out with the boundary. And then as we get into Sunday, we have that diurnally driven chance of a pop-up shower storm during the afternoon hours here, and that will continue into Monday as well, mainly again during the afternoon time. When we get that peak heating, we'll see a chance of a shower or storm popping up. Next, more widespread chance of rain looks to move in as we get into the PM time frame of Tuesday, as we will have a what looks to be a more solid boundary moving through the area, possibly bringing some showers and thunderstorms during that time frame. Again, during the PM time frame and into the first part of the evening. Then that boundary looks to move out of here. We could see some drier weather days behind that with high pressure back in controls and maybe a couple degree drop in temperature as we move into the second portion of the week. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, did have those red conditions for those reduced ceilings. This morning, still seeing those ceilings below 500 feet, right around 400 feet at this time. So holding true, and do expect those ceilings to rise up to around 800 to 1,000 feet as we get into the afternoon time frame. Generally seeing those winds out of the northeast, 10 to 15 knots, continuing through the day today, becoming a bit more easterly as we get later in the day. Peak winds will be up around 22 knots, so do keep a yellow risk for winds that are above 25 knots through the working hours today, but again, it looks to be a low-end chance, should stay just below that wind advisory criteria, right around that 22 knot limit. We do pick up that yellow risk for some precip during the afternoon. Looks to be a very isolated chance of a light shower, but again, should see generally dry conditions with just cloudy weather sticking around Moving into the evening time frame, once again, we'll see those ceilings likely falling a bit, bringing a chance for some low clouds with that yellow risk there, and we'll see that temperature cooling to around 74 degrees, and we'll start to see those clouds breaking and milder conditions to start the day, as we'll see those winds turning more southwesterly for our Saturday. Tides running slightly above normal. Let's look at the extended forecast here again. Saturday generally dry, hot and humid with a high around 90 degrees. We'll see those heat index values into the upper 90s, close to 100. That boundary pushes through in the evening. Look at about a 30% chance of a shower or storm pushing through the area. And another hot and humid day for Sunday with temperature once again up around 90. Heat index values in the upper 90s, so not quite as bad as what we saw the last couple of days, but still a bit muggy out there as we move through the weekend forecast. 20% chance of a pop-up shower or storm on Sunday. That continues into Monday as well with slightly cooler temperatures. And then we'll see 90s once again ahead of that front on Tuesday, bringing a 50% chance of showers and storms pushing through the area again during that PM time frame and possibly lingering into the early morning hours of Wednesday. Then we'll see temperatures fall behind that front, slightly drier weather, a bit more seasonable as we move back into the mid to upper 80s for Wednesday and Thursday, and generally looking at dry conditions with partly cloudy skies. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again on Monday at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.